I just wanted to drink some water on the plane, but suddenly noticed my fingernails were turning blue. As a doctor, I realized this was a sign of extreme lack of oxygen in the heart and lungs. The water bottle in my hand started to twist out of shape. The cup on the table began to shake violently. The flight attendant sensed something was wrong. She quickly sat down, fastened her seat belt, and urged others to do the same. But it was already too late. The next second, the plane hit severe turbulence. The water in the cup began floating in the air. Passengers without seat belts on were thrown upward by the powerful airflow. The pilot realized the danger, quickly put on an oxygen mask, and emergency masks dropped from the ceiling. We hurried to put them on, but my wife fainted before she could wear hers. I rushed to the crew area, grabbed an oxygen tank from the emergency kit, and quickly returned to help her breathe, pulling her back from the edge of collapse. Suddenly, the cabin pressure stabilized. The captain immediately made an announcement. They handled it well and told us not to worry. Everyone finally breathed a sigh of relief. But just when we thought everything was over, a middle-aged man in a suit suddenly had trouble breathing.
Can't breathe.
The attendant quickly asked for medical help through the broadcast. As a medical professional, I rushed forward, but his condition kept getting worse. He began scratching at his throat. No one knew what he was trying to do. Suddenly, he spat out red fluid, and his body started to convulse nonstop. The entire scene looked extremely disturbing.
Sir?
Very soon, he stopped moving. Only when they moved him from his seat did they realize he was no longer responsive. The captain immediately reported the incident to ground control. Soon, the attendants moved the man to business class and covered him with a blanket. What they didn't know was a young passenger secretly sneaked in. He had his eyes on the man's expensive watch. After taking it, he didn't leave right away. He even pulled out his phone to record himself showing it off. In the middle of the recording, the head under the blanket suddenly turned. Then the man stood up. The young passenger fell to the floor, screaming in horror. At this moment, the attendant also noticed something strange. She saw a fighter jet appear outside the window. Inside the cockpit, the signal grew weaker and weaker. They could no longer contact ground control. The scariest part was when the attendant returned to business class, the man had completely vanished without a trace.